come from a strong family of creators and inventors, and no doesn't really mean anything. So the family motto has always been no means maybe and maybe means yes. So as I was going through and people would say, no, you cannot have that industry in this community, I thought, well, now there's a strong maybe, and you just mentally prepare yourself for the next step. If you're going to be doing any business, people always say you have to have a thick skin. I think that you just have to have tenacity.
Well, Lime Solar is a renewable energy company. We focus on both the residential and the commercial market. We target all of Alaska and the rural communities as well as urban communities here in Alaska. And our big main push is to get alternative energies out there into application.
Rookery Cafe we're a full-service coffee shop with an off-site bakery, and we serve Stumptown coffee at the cafe, and we do 3 meal services a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 6 days a week, focusing on fresh and seasonal products and focusing on locally foraged and locally sourced ingredients as best as we can.
Best things about the Small Business Development Center was that they absolutely made sure that we addressed every one of those steps and would not let up on the pressure of, this one we need to really look at a little harder. Why did you put this down? Do you think this is realistic for your business? And that all sounds like fluff, but when you finally start getting into numbers and you see it on paper, and then you end up with a final project, which is a business plan that you're able to take to investors or stockholders or whatever path you decide to go to. You have the entire project in your hands, so everything that was in your head just got translated into a fantastic looking and readable package. So you don't just get to start up in your garage with a still and have some buddies come by and test your goods and you're a moonshiner and all of a sudden you're legal. That's absolutely not the reality. It took many months of working very closely with the SBDC and making sure that there was not one thing that was left out before you went on to the next step. Because if you did, you started over, and that's extremely expensive. And so it was a gamble from the beginning to see if we could even accomplish this in Alaska.
We started working with the Small Business Development Center before we even opened our doors. We met with them, they helped us develop our business plan, and we were able to put together some financial planning tools that allowed us to have a really good idea before we opened the doors what we were going to be facing financially. And then over time, as our business grew, I was able to meet with them again and take some more classes that gave me a better financial overview and gave me the confidence to continue moving forward with our business plan. And the hardest thing so far has been just staying focused on what we're doing while trying to kind of plan for growth. We always envisioned being more than a coffee shop, and that's been the thing that's been the most difficult over the last 3 years, is just maintaining the day-to-day operations while we're doing things like opening a new bakery space. As an active business in the community, we also have grown our number of employees. We started off with 5 employees in 2010. I now employ 31 people.
For us, really, I guess maybe after our first year in business, really tackling a new approach and realizing that we would need to be in classes, teaching classes 1 or 2 times a week, hosting classes at our location, and then really teaming up with people who are doing really good and really educating people all across Alaska how these systems can be integrated to their energy loads and energy needs. It's a long-term investment working with electricians, training them and helping our industry. We have to do well for our industry, not just for our own business, but really to get a good name out there in the alternative energy community. No small business starts up a business with a mindset, I can't wait to shut this place down or move to the next transitional state. But for us, we have a very large national vision. So we've got some checkpoints that things have to meet at this standard, and if they don't, then perhaps we'd have to go through this setup exit strategy.
There will come a day when you absolutely are going to exit as well. And people don't like to put too much effort into that thought, because then that is like the death of the company. But it absolutely isn't. That might just be the second step to the growth of the company. You might be consolidating with another company. You might be selling off a portion of the company so that you can then go a different route with distribution. There are all kinds of different ideas that you can go with, but it does need to have some thought before you open the doors.
We have worked with the SBDC since before we opened our doors. They helped us put together some financial planning tools and helped us with a business plan. All of these things enabled us to continue marching forward with some goals and knowing that we had some assistance when questions came up.
One of the things that the Small Business Development Center is really good on is continuing education. And I encourage any business or any potential business owner to really evaluate the SBDC for the value that they bring.